Hello, it's Nicholas, Sparkles of Gold. I should say my full name, Nicolas Polimenakos. That is my name, and you are at the Sparkles of Gold Astrology channel. How's that for a way to reel you in the beginning of this video? And if you actually have never been here before, you're going to see how my mind works. As a matter of fact, this video is about Mercury Cazimi. I'm filming this while Mercury is conjunct the sun. Exactly. But it's also about the new moon that's going to happen within days here. It's a quick video, jumping right back into the mix. It's been a while. Hang in there with me. Dig me? Press the subscribe button. Say a comment. I miss you guys, okay? I miss you guys. Let's jump into it here. And I'm going to try to be super chill today. This actually is, I'm going to do it right now. Right now, this is September 22nd, 11:46 p.m. You can see right here, Mercury, the sun are together within minutes. I'm going to move it up a minute. There's exactly at 14 minutes here. And we're going to move this up all the way. And then you see Mercury just past the sun. You see that? You see right there, there it is at 11:48, 11:49, next minute, kaboom. Mercury moves through. It's Mercury for the last hour, a little bit more, has been moving through the sun. What does that mean when this happens during a Mercury retrograde? Because this happens at every Mercury retrograde, at the midpoint of the retrograde, 3 weeks, 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year, 3 times a year. We're at the point where Mercury goes into the heart of the sun, moving backwards past, and it basically is shedded down to its purity and nothingness, which is everythingness, which is Mercury, who loves to do this, by the way. Hermes, who is the only one who can go to the underworld and to this world back and forth whenever the hell they want. He wants, she wants, whatever gender they're going to take on in a moment, whatever they're going to do, Hermes is going to do it. But at this moment, when Hermes goes through during the retrograde, is the purest, clearest place you will get during a Mercury retrograde. And this is when some amazing insight can happen in the sign of Libra, into the place that deals with relationships of all forms and sizes and modalities and vessels, the harmonization of relationships, so on and so forth. But the word is there. How we've been communicating here since the end of August, wherever Virgo and Libra is in your chart, because this sort of started in Virgo, but mostly is happening in Libra. Within minutes here, within whatever, Mercury's going to move back down, back into 29 degrees. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So right now, I'm just clicking away here, and we got a little bit. I'm going to do it by the hour because I don't want to waste time on the video. I want you to see. There is, we're going to get to it some way. There it is. Mercury's at 29. It's like 6 in the morning now. So you see what's happening here. Mercury's transversing through these degrees where it was at the end of August. And so the review period's going on. But right now, I've been making this video, and I did it on purpose. I did this on purpose as an example. You'll be watching this within an hour, 2 hours, tomorrow, the next day, the new moon on Sunday. The reason why I did this and why I did a post on Instagram at the moment of this is because this is a place where things do flow during the retrograde. Not saying it didn't really flow this last week, but you haven't noticed in the Libra part of your chart the interesting conversations and the interesting amount of communication and just things that have been happening there. And if you're a Libra, you've been really getting this. If you got a Mercury, if you're Mercury in Libra, if you're born with this, you're on stage, you know what's going on. You've seen the types of conversations and communications going on where you're hearing everyone's side of things, which you normally do. But at the same time, maybe you've been speaking up a little bit more. Maybe you've been telling the truth a little bit more quicker, more dialed in. And even if it doesn't come across as cleanly as you think or want it to be, Mercury and Libra person or Libra person, you've been taking a step from doing it off the norm, which is probably and most likely listening to everybody first and being the harmonization person in relationships, well, in conversations. Well, at this point, speak your truth. It doesn't have to be bad, but this Mercury together with the sun moment can just give a sense of boundary, understanding how clean it is for the moment and the ideas, or let's say what is at the heart of what you want to say. And this is for everybody when it comes to this retrograde. There's a lot of negotiation going on during this retrograde, during the equinox, which was just hours before this. Today, happy equinox, by the way, wherever you are, northern, southern hemisphere. Equal stuff, balance, start of the Libra birthdays, beginning of the Libra birthdays. So it is about harmony, but it takes work, especially during a retrograde. When Mercury's in retrograde, it takes work to find the harmony, to have the negotiation. So you don't want to force this. But at this moment, making the video, and even if you watch it later, take the energy that I have here. Hopefully you found clarity while you're sleeping in the middle of the night, that through your dreams, through your thoughts, through your meditation, through the silence, and this is important. Even if you're watching this after, I think we all forget when it comes to communicating what silence means. It's not just talking, it's listening. And then beyond the listening and the talking is just silence. And taking in what comes through you through the silence. It's different for everybody. At this moment, when Mercury and the Sun are together, Mercury is boiled and shedded down, melted by the Sun to its purest form. It's a death. And then it starts to move away to be reborn again. So it's like taking a cleansing bath of the mind. You could say it that way too. Whatever the case is, that's why I did this video, so on and so forth, okay? I want you to think here from all the way now and to the eclipses that are going to happen at the end of October and the beginning of November, that it's a Venus-Mars story. This whole year, it's a Venus-Mars story. You just got to look to see where Venus and Mars in the chart. Right now, Mars is in Gemini. It's going to go to retrograde soon. Venus is in Virgo, nitpicking, wanting the details to get sorted out. It's part of the story of the retrograde. The eclipses are going to happen, a part of the story. At the end of October, Venus is going to be together with the Sun. In a major moment of the year, another video. What am I saying to you? Hear me and see me. You can even repeat this to yourself. Take your time. Let the thoughts flow. You don't have to force things. Enjoy the process and purity of death and rebirth in the Mercury retrograde story. You could always do something around these points or find the hidden sparkle of gold to apply in your world, especially in this case, in the Virgo and the Libra part of your chart. Okay, well, let's switch it up. September 25th, Pacific time, Portland. That's where I'm in these days. It's close to 3 o'clock, 2:54. You're going to see here the new moon in Libra at 2 degrees. It is not that far away from what we just happened with the Mercury-Sun conjunction at 0 and the equinox. And so we have an initiatory moment here. More balance, more seeking of harmony here in all types of relationships. And remember what the most important relationship where it starts. It starts with you and you to yourself, okay? So look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and start there, which everything else outside of you is reflection of you. This new moon at 2 degrees has Jupiter at the other side of it, magnifying the new moon, magnifying this negotiation, the politics of relationships and how you're communicating in them. What it takes to be in the types of relationships. I'm not talking just intimate ones. I'm talking all types of ones, all types of you relating to the world, you relating to the colors, the walls in your bedroom, what color they are, your sheets that you have on your bed, to walking down the street to go get a coffee. Okay, so just think about how you're relating to the universe, and Jupiter magnifies this. And when Jupiter's magnifying the sun and moon, this is a I'm not going to say it's a caustic moment. It can be looked upon that way, but I'm going to say that this whole story of speaking your truth, of initiating your value systems to yourself and to the world. I say that because of Venus, because of Libra, because of what it takes to have balance in all types of relationships. I think you have to state your wants and your needs and listen to someone else's wants or needs. And then if you can somehow balance the two or come to a middle point of compromise or no compromise, that's just the vessel, the story. Jupiter here is going to magnify the will of an individual person and magnify this new moon. And I'm talking about this as in they are in harmony with each other. It's an opposition. Here's sun and moon is this. I'm just looking for the middle point between the two, since we're in the middle point, equality, balancing the scales. Birthday, Libra. I want to stick to that as a goal for myself and for all of you. Another thing. Here we have Mercury. At this point on Sunday, it's going to move a couple more degrees backwards, and it's going to touch Venus. And it's part of this new moon. And now, since it's in Virgo, this negotiation and this thing of balancing relationships and using the word and speech is going to be a lot more detailed again and a lot more nitpicky because of Mercury together with Venus and Virgo. It's going to look for the parts in relationships or in the words, in the sentences, in the emails, in the messages wanting to be delivered, the parts that are not running efficiently that could be cleaned up, be concise, taken out, and be more different word put in or a different type of part put into the engine for it to run efficiently and purely. That's what Virgo wants to do. That's what this Mercury wants to do, and it's going to do it together with Venus. So the types of relating that's going to happen are pinpointed and detailed and nuanced. You actually want to take advantage of this. But just to throw a little shade, just to throw a little something, on the opposite side, we have Neptune in Pisces at 23 degrees here, opposite of here. We just had Venus, Neptune, all opposition happening all last week. So we need the nitpicking. We need the compass and the map in conversations, in messages, in your ideas, thoughts, and opinions. We need the clarity because Venus has had to deal with Neptune throwing its illusion over her and this past week, and how what's real or what's not. What can you trust in the relationship? What's not? And I still am a believer of not making any formal decisions right now if you don't have to do it. And the reason is sometimes with the Venus-Neptune opposition, you can actually be inspired by something creatively in a dream within relationships or look for solutions that come. At the same time, you have to deal with fantasy and fog. Now, Mercury here, after its movement through the sun and being cleared, is going to want to push away what's not real and take and save what is of worth. And so, again, it's happening around this time, and it will happen during the rest of the retrograde. But just keep that in mind. You're just kind of sifting through things and finding out what is of worth and value and finding out what isn't functioning. And you're also looking for inspiration. You're looking for love in those words. And I'm not talking about self-care, self-love type of thing. I'm just talking about in general what you can do with the good things that you find and how you can build upon them and being real about them. This new moon in the background has a Mars, Saturn trine in air signs. So that's why I'm saying here, because Mercury is the ruler of this Mars in Gemini. And it's the focal point because it's retrograde. We have relationships, new moon in Libra. We have Saturn in the background that's making a constructive relationship with Mars in an air sign, which is about the mind. Everything comes back to this Mercury. So you do have a palette and you do have support, at least around this new moon. If you're going to initiate something, you have the support of other planets. Now, it's going to switch up after this. I'm not going to talk about that. I just want to do a quick video like this. But just remember, you're sifting through, you're being precise, and you're finding the sparkles of gold I just had to do that. In conversation, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your dreams, document them, look at them, balance them, weigh them out, and you'll find something there. The rest of the week, there's other things that are going to happen. I just want to leave it at that because I haven't done a video in a while. I've had a story the last 2.5 months of many things, but I'm back and I wanted to just do this video on the fly like I normally do and tell all of you that I got some energy again to do this and to post on social media and stuff. And I'm going to do it in a slightly different way. But I'm actually making this video during this time and with the intention here at the new moon. Because let me stop here. We have an equinox that happens. Hours later, Mercury and the sun get together. Mercury's going through its death and rebirth process. And then within a day and a half, we have the new moon. So as I'm making this, we're in the balsamic phase of the moon. So there is another kind of letting go and metaphorical death and hanging out and just letting things be. But when this new moon kicks in on Sunday, there is a bit of spice and energy that comes in. And so from the late Thursday night that I'm making this to the new moon on Sunday and even to the Monday the moon will still be in Libra. You have an implementation that you can do, because in the end, all the cardinal signs, and these are the signs that rule the seasons, the start of the seasons. We just started fall in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere. Cardinal means to initiate. So Libra is an initiator in relationships who has a story already built up with Mercury Retrograde in Libra. And eventually, the rest coming up here, Venus will be in Libra, coming home to Libra to finish this story. So use the new moon. First of all, use the balsamic phase to chill out and chill your brain out and just kind of hover here till Sunday. And when Sunday comes at 3 p.m. Pacific-ish, and the next day, you can kind of plant the seed there when it deals with your mind, how you communicate, the negotiation, the balance and harmony that you seek in the Libra part of your chart, even the Aries part of your chart, so on and so forth. That's my video. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. I really hope every single one of you have been watching me. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the messages as of late. Again, you guys are there for me. I really like it. I like the relationship that is building. I have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I have a Patreon down there. You'll see all the links in the description. I'm going to do another video this coming week. I also did a video for the whole month on Energetic Principles, Melissa LaFera's channel. It's on YouTube and her podcast. I'll put that link there. We did an in-depth conversation about this that was like 2.5 hours. But I'm going to do some shorter videos through the next 5 weeks to break down some things. And I also have some surprises for you. So you're catching me smiling in a good mood after a difficult so many months and what I've had to do. So thank you for the support. Sparklesofgold.com is my website. You could check out my podcast there. I got interviews with astrologers, so on and so forth. Praise Hermes. May Hermes guide me, may guide you, and give you clarity of mind here for the rest of the retrograde. Until next time.